What's poppin' YouTube? It's your girl Jasmine and I'm back with another video. Today, as you can tell from the title, we getting a little messy. This really happened to me. This is really crazy. Like, this is one of the things that like I will forever remember in my life. Like, this is definitely one of the most craziest things I've ever been through, dealing with something like this. And I've been just waiting to drop a story time.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
If you're watching this and this story time is about you, go to hell. You. And why did you do that to me? Like, I'm a super dope person. Like, why would you ever do something like this to me? Like, I would never do this to you. I would never put anybody through this type of pain that I went through because of you two people. But, you know, it's okay because look at me now and look at you guys now. I'd be mad too.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Before I even get into this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments below, and subscribe to me, because why are you watching me and you're not subscribed to me? Yes, I'm talking to you right there. I know that you're not subscribed, but you watch all my videos. Just go ahead and subscribe. Like, it's not gonna hurt you. Like, just do it. I'm going to start by giving you guys a little bit of background information on my relationship so that you guys can understand how this all went down, because I got done so shysty that I'm going to give you guys a breakdown from A to Z of how this nigga played the fuck out of me. That was a rhyme, that was a bar. So once upon a time, I was 16 years old and I was retarded. And I decided to sneak out of my mom's house and go to this party. It was for this group of guys. When I was a freshman, they were seniors in high school. I was in 10th grade at the time. It was like my summer of going into my junior year, and they were in their summer of going to their sophomore year of college. These particular individuals, known for just being like the people that are out of high school but still fuck with high schoolers. And I met them because of my ex-boyfriend, who I dated for like a year in high school, and these were his estranged friends, frenemies, whatever you want to call it. I went to this party. I snuck out of my mom's house, and it wasn't even really a party. I was told it was gonna be a party, but it was literally like 6 guys and 3 girls. This one guy, I'm going to name him Teddy. Teddy was at the party. He was the one that brought a female. So he brought a female, and it was me and my homegirl. I'll tell you about that hoe later too. There's so many hoes that just did me dirty with this nigga. Like, this nigga, I don't know what all these females wanted from him in my hometown, but it's like he wasn't even really all that. Me and Teddy ended up sleeping together at the end of this party. So we went to sleep next to each other.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
At the end of this party, after the girl that he brought left. You know, I kind of had my eye on Teddy. He's quiet, he's mysterious. Just tell he thought very highly of himself. After that night, like, I was like, okay, I'm kind of digging Teddy's vibe. Me and Teddy vibed that night. Like, we slept next to each other, obviously. So I was like, okay, babe, I'm finna hit him up. Ended up texting. I ended up figuring out that he goes to a college in Georgia that's like 4 hours away from where I lived. So we kind of just linked up on the weekends. Things were, I would say, they were like we were progressively in the talking stage. So I was feeling his vibe. I would see him on the weekends. We FaceTimed every single day. I was under the impression that I was the only girl he was talking to. I don't know why I thought that, but I was also 16 and stupid. So, you know, he was just telling me like he really liked me. Every single time he came home, we had such a great vibe together. We were having sex. Like, it was just everything. And also, the sex was really good, and I was 16 and really hadn't had no real sex and he was older. He was in college, so he kind of slutted me out.
I'm a freak league.
So I was kind of like very much so like in a trance with him. Like I was in a trance. Like I was literally hanging on to every single word that came out of his mouth. Like I was just like, I just want to drink your spit.
Okay.
But there was some red flags from the very beginning. Like he was very judgmental. He didn't like a lot of things that I did. He wanted me to stay home. He wanted me to dress a certain way. He didn't want me to go and talk to certain people. He was very insecure and very jealous. Put all of his insecurities and jealousy onto me. So I started feeling like if I lived my life, if I did what I wanted to do, that I would lose him. And I was so in a trance with him. I would rather do what he said and stay home and do, you know, whatever, instead of living my best life like I should have been doing. But you always live and you learn. Anyways, at first, you know, you're on the honeymoon stage. We argued here and there, but it wasn't really too bad. But baby, when I tell you, after like we made our relationship official, literally that's when everything started happening that like went wrong. So in the talking stage, like I would catch him up. I find out that the day after we had sex, the first time, he had sex with another girl. That the same girl that I was with that night that I first linked up with him, my homegirl, she was the one who brought the other bitch there to fuck with him. And they had sex, but we were only 3 weeks into talking. So it's like, should I leave him or should I stay? But the dick was so good, so I stayed. That was the first time. But he swore that he would never do that to me again. So we started dating. But this is when we started like really arguing. Like he literally would go out and make me stay home. He would go out with his friends. His phone would mysteriously go off. He would not answer the phone all night. I would send him text messages. And then he'd pop up the next day like, oh, hey, baby, my phone died the whole night and no one had a charger. Like, you're a liar. And then he would want me to stay home all day. Like if I even went out or went anywhere without telling him where I was going, I was cheating, and he was threatening to break up with me or threatening to leave or, you know, whatever. It was just a lot. He was a Virgo. Lord, he was a Virgo and I'm a Sagittarius, so I have a lot of fire to me. And he knew how to piss me off. Like he knew how to push my buttons. Explosive arguments. He would push me to my breaking point and I would snap on him and he would act like I was crazy or like I was snapping for no reason. Let me just put this in perspective. One time, y'all, this man spit in my face. Spit in my face. And I sprayed gasoline on him and tried to set him on fire. He tried to hit me with his car. He would throw me down. Like if I would hit him too, like I would like, it was just toxic both ways. Like I can admit my wrongs. I would hit him, he would hit me, and he would lie and try to say he did not hit me. Like he is delusional. And it's like he was so strong. Like he was big, he was buff. Like he knew he could just throw me around like a little fucking rag doll. Like anytime I got mad, like, and he would take advantage of that. He would really I really felt like he wanted to hurt me. So our relationship was so toxic. I literally had a group of friends at this time, and these friends literally hated him. They talked shit about him all day long. They're like, you should leave him. He's terrible for you. He treats you like shit. He cheats on you. And I'm like, no, he's not cheating on me. He cheated on me one time. I doubt he's cheating on me again. And they're like, you're delusional. Like, he's definitely cheating on you. And I'm like, no, he's not. He said he's not, so he's not. And they said, that's my man. I'm going to sit beside him. Okay, I'm going to sit beside him. So I stuck beside him like a dumbass. Now that y'all got all that background information on our relationship, it wasn't even really the half of it, but it's just a little glimpse of what that was. It was terrible. Now let me get into Patricia. Patricia was my homegirl. You know, I met her through some friends. You know, I wanted to be cool with her because she was lit, she was fun, she was a vibe. She was also a Virgo too. So I literally did everything for this hoe. Like I taught this hoe what edges was. I taught this hoe how to do her edges. I bossed that hoe up, made that hoe into who she thought she could be. But she made one mistake. She thought that she could outplay or outsmart Big Jazz, and she just cannot. So this hoe was the main one telling me, oh, you need to leave him, you need to break up with him. Patricia was like, he not good for you, girl. He's she's like, ew, he's so gross. So y'all, I just had this inner gut feeling like, why do you hate my man so much? Like, why do you hate my man? You know my man because of me. So why do you hate my man so much? Like, that was just rubbing me the wrong way. So spring break comes up and it's my junior year. This is like a year into me dating this dude. And we go to Miami. So I get some weird vibes. Like, I'm already getting weird vibes. Like, they do weird stuff. Like, they have each other's numbers. She's always hitting him up to cop weed. And like, I just peep it and I keep it noted. So we go to Miami, y'all. And let me tell y'all how crazy I am. I literally told him that I wanted to have a threesome with her, and she was so ready to have the threesome. Like, she was so excited to have a threesome. And I literally only wanted to have a threesome with that girl that I'm talking about, Patricia, to see if my man like was too comfortable with her, and if he knew, like, if he just knew her. Like, you can tell when two people have had sex before, like, they just know each other, and I wanted to see it. I know that's weird. Is that weird? That's how crazy his dick made me, y'all. I was willing to have a threesome with another bitch to see if he fucked her because he was a compulsive liar. So after the threesome, I literally got in the shower and cried because I'm like, I know this nigga has fucked this bitch before. I was so mad, but I just didn't have no proof. I even accused him of it, and he was like, no, you're tweaking out. Like, that's not what it is. You wanted to have the threesome. I just had the threesome. Like, it was your idea. So I was like, it was my idea. Like, maybe I'm tripping. Like, he made me feel like I was crazy for thinking the things that I thought, when in reality, he was really just that good at lying and manipulating. Like, he was sick. And I'm about to tell you guys how sick this nigga is. Basically, you know, I just peep things here and there. One time she called him and he did not want to answer the phone, and I forced him to pick up the phone, and she was like, oh my gosh, Teddy. He answered the phone, and I was like, why is she talking like that? I instantly started talking. She switched it up. She's like, oh, I need to cop. I'm like, that's weird. I'm peeping it right there. And she's always talking about like, oh, he's so ugly, like he's so lame. But it's like, bitch, why do you have so much to say about my boyfriend? Like, this is my boyfriend. We've been dating for 2 years, like 3 years. Like, come on, like, stop playing with me, ho. So then, y'all, one day he was sitting on my bed and he get a text message and the name pop up as Mark. It's a Snapchat. But I go in his phone and look at, like, you can swipe left on a guy's phone and scroll down and see their Snapchat best friends. It'll show you their best friends and it'll show you their icons. This is back when Snapchat was a thing. But I saw that her icon was her icon, but her name said Mark. So every single time this nigga got a Snapchat from Mark, it was really from this bitch, Patricia. So that's when I really started questioning shit. He was like, oh no, she just be hitting me up to cop, but I know how crazy you are. You would think it's something, so I changed her name. Like, that don't even make sense, but I believed that. Like, that doesn't even make sense, but I believed that. Me and her worked at the same place, but she would never want to work the same shifts as me. Like, she would never want to be at work at the same time as me. Whenever I was at work, I would never hear from my man. Like, it was just a lot of stuff going on that I was very blatantly naive to until this. Me and my man, like, he had an apartment and we were both like staying there. We were staying there all the time. Where I stay, you know, where he was at, I was at. We was together 24/7. I did not go out. I did not have no life besides me and my man. So I had work one day. No, I'm gonna give you guys a whole rundown of this day. And I really can't get into the spicy part. Actually, I'm going to. But, you know, I've had a little situation come out of this situation. I can't even talk about it anyways. Talk too much. So I call up Patricia. At this point, me and Patricia is still friends. You know, I'm giving Patricia the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, Patricia, I know you're my I know you're my friend. Please don't be what I think you are. Is a slimy, snaky little you are. Like, I was like, please don't be that. So I invited Patricia over. It's a normal day. I don't think nothing's wrong. I invite Patricia over and say, hey, Patricia, come smoke with me before I go to work. Patricia pull up, right? And Patricia would stay with me and my boyfriend from time to time. Like, you know, I would allow her to live with me. Like, that got everything for me. She came over, we were smoking, and then we all, like, you know, we was having a good vibe, you know, and it was all cool. Like, she was like, they always would play this little role with each other that when I was around, they would always argue or act like they had a problem. Like, oh, why is he here? Why is she here? He'd be like, she's such a hoe. She's so disgusting. She gets slutted out. She ran through. She done fucked all my homeboys. He said it all about this bitch. Said it all. It was all true too, but he said it all. Made me really believe that he hated her. So I leave for work. She leaves when I leave. I go on to work. The restaurant at the time that I was working at was probably like 5 to 8 minutes away from where he stayed. I went to work, and coincidentally this day, I forgot my apron at home. So I was like, dang, I instantly got to work, forgot my apron. It has all my books in it, my money. So I'm like, I need to go home and get my book. My manager was like, go ahead, you live 5 to 8 minutes away. Go ahead, go get it, come back. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go get it and I'm gonna come back. I left and went to go get it. And when I pulled back up at the apartment complex, when I pull back up, skirt, I see her car parked outside. And I'm already thinking things. My blood is hot. My blood is hot. It's boiling. I'm boiling. I'm like, okay, why the fuck is this bitch's car at my house? Like, I thought, okay, maybe this whole, like, you know, I always thought, like, after that threesome, if that was her first time ever having sex with him, that she would definitely want some more sex from him because his sex was bomb. So I was like, bro, I already knew what was up when I seen her car. So I instantly go into crazy mode. I run up the steps, get to the apartment, quietly open the door. I'm literally like creeping. I'm like opening the door really quietly. I walk in and I hear them. I hear them fucking, oh my God. I hear my boyfriend of 3 years fucking my friend, my best friend. Woo! When I tell you guys, I saw red. I completely blacked out in this moment. I got a knife from the kitchen, bust open that door, caught him mid-stroke, hitting it from the back. I caught him red-handed. I got this fucking, I got the knife. Boom, got him. Not gonna tell you guys how I got him because I might incriminate myself. Boom, got him, got her.
Got her. I ain't gotta say too much. Got her. Got her.
After this situation, this bitch had the audacity to drag this situation on and try to get me in trouble. I'm not going to even speak too much on that situation because, you know, I'm not going to speak on what happened after this situation because I just can't. But just know that hoe tried it. And then on top of that, I had a conversation with one of her former friends who informed me that she had sex with my boyfriend way before the threesome, and that they were just having sex this whole time. My whole relationship with this guy, she was having sex with him in my bed one time, in my bed at my mama's crib one time. And he told my mom, when my mom caught him, my mom didn't even tell me. Because he convinced my mom that me and this girl have threesomes with him. We're in like an open relationship together. Now we have threesomes, and that I would be so embarrassed to tell her. Like, he literally convinced my mom of that. This girl, I literally did every single thing for. I literally would give her the clothes off my back. And she had sex with my man. And anybody in my life knew that that was one ex-boyfriend, that was one boyfriend that I did not play about. I did not play about him. Nigga first broke up, 2 hoes got beat up because of him. Okay? I told any bit, like I was really coming like that. I was crazy back then. But I told him, if you wanna try me, and you wanna go do whatever with this girl, or you got this girl out here thinking that you ain't with me, or like I'm a crazy ex, like you not still messing with me, I'm gonna beat her up. On top of that, y'all, when we broke up, he got a job at my job. He literally started working at my job. He came to my job with hickeys on my neck. He called me the B word at my job, and I beat him up, and we both got fired. He started messing with the girl that called the police on me in high school, like right after we broke up, y'all, and he was still fucking me. Like, he was still in my phone, he was still coming over, we were still having sex, and he was lying to his new girlfriend, telling his new girlfriend that me and him was no longer together. I was just crazy. And I'm like, boy, you still over here, you still leaving me gifts, you are still on this phone. You answer the phone when I call you. You call me. You telling me to come over, and you know, you got this new shorty thinking that she's your girlfriend, and they're still together today. So, sweetie, so I'm so sorry to you, baby girl, if you're watching this and you're tuned in right now. Your man that you're still with was disgusting me while y'all were together, I guess, and he's lying to you. But it's like, that was my nigga. That was like my first love, my first heartbreak. He really had sex with my best friend. This nigga was ruthless. But I should have seen the red flags when he told me that he had sex with cousins before. Like, was talking to one cousin and had sex with the other cousin. Patricia, you are disgusting. In my bed. In my bed, Patricia. In my bed, Patricia. Like, really? Sorry, y'all, my camera keeps on cutting off. But long story short is, yes, Patricia, you had sex in my bed. I really gave this story time as watered down as possible because I can't even get too explicitly into the details because it is just too much. One day, I'm going to give you guys a real breakdown of my relationship with Teddy, and really tell you guys the hell he put me through and how I came out a stronger woman. But always watch your back. Patricia, if you're watching this, go to hell. Teddy, if you're watching this, stay tuned for your part 2 because I'm not done with you. But for now, good night, everybody.
Hey, you're rock.